So he's put 2 measures of gunpowder. We've got safety shut-off valves on our gunpowder flasks for very good reason. At the time, they probably would have poured gunpowder from a horn for just to stop and counted 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever to put the certain amount of gunpowder in by time. You then follow this by a musket ball. Early ones could be stone, later ones were lead. You then put some wadding down. This could be all sorts of different material. You'd stick this down the end of the bore of your gun, and then what you do is you have a piece of wood, in this case held underneath the iron bands holding the barrel to the piece of wood, the stock, and you would push down the wad, the gunpowder and the ball into the bottom of the barrel, creating the equivalent of a shotgun cartridge. Now later in the 17th century, 100 years later, when we had the Civil War, those ramrods were piled up behind the musketeers because they either used to snap them when they were ramming home the charge, or they would shoot them across the battlefield. So now what he's doing is, he's priming the top of the gun. And you can see this gun close up later on the camp. And he's put a small amount of gunpowder on the top of the gun. I'll hand him the dangerous bit, the lit piece of match, and we shout, "Have a care," which means we're going to fire the gun, and he will now fire the gun and hopefully it'll go bang. You notice, you saw the wool that he's primed with. The wool that he's primed with, Shia, if you got to go through the loading again.